Hello everyone, this is Group 8, myself, Nefi, Mike, and Indira. For this week, we did a Chapter 8, How to Get Great Outcomes by Integrating Operations into the Daily Work of Development. The sections are the following. Create shared services to increase developers' productivity, embed OPS engineers into our service teams, assign an OPS license to each service team, and integrate OPS into dev rituals. Okay, let's start with create shared services to increase developers' productivity. Here we learn that centralized platforms and tooling services are needed for operations in order to produce and provide a better service. Not to mention that product teams need this type of tools to reduce communications. Also, the platform team are in charge of creating these platforms. And if teams work without the approved tools, they can discover new skills. Embed OPS engineers into our service teams is another way that we can enable more market-oriented outcomes. An important role of the operations engineers is that they create tools and capabilities that change the way people work and think, which allows them to be more effective. Another good outcome is that operations engineers can be more closely connected to their internal and external customers. And product teams can have the important role of checking service, delivery, and service support that will make productions run smoothly. Now let's talk about assign an OPS license to each service team. Due to a variety of reasons that focus on cost and scarcity, OPS engineers may not be embedded into every product team, but we can understand a new product functionality and why it was built. Also, the importance of how to monitor and collect metrics to ensure the progress, success, or even the failure of functionality. This team will also focus on any extra needs for infrastructure and how the usage can affect capacity. Integrate OPS into dev rituals. The OPS engineers can be integrated into a dev team ritual only when they are assigned as license into a product team. So the main goal is to help OPS engineers and other non-developers to better understand the development culture and have them engage in all aspects of planning and daily work. We will look at the following rituals. Invite OPS to our dev stand-ups. We learned that sharing between OPS and devs is very important in order to achieve long-term goals. For example, they will learn what was done yesterday, what work needs to be done today, and what is the main cost that is preventing you to accomplish the main tasks. Next is invite OPS to our dev retrospectives. So pretty much at the end of each development interval, the team will discuss on what was successful, what can be done to improve, and how to incorporate that success and improvements in future interactions or projects. And lastly, we have how to make relevant OPS work visible on shared Kanban boards. Here, development teams will make their work visible on the project board or Kanban board, which will keep track of all operations and how the work required to support the product. and will show where the operations work is being blocked or needs escalation, and highlight areas where they can need to improve. And finally, the conclusion. So in this chapter, we talked about the integration of operations into daily development, which allows the developers to be more productive in a daily work environment. The developers in a service team increase productivity through a self-service capabilities, which is the importance of monitoring and collect metrics to ensure progress, including the OPS engineers within the service teams, with the main goal to help OPS engineers and other non-developers to better understand the development culture. If adding the OPS engineers is not possible, include OPS license instead, and how to include OPS engineers with the dev team through daily work, daily stand-ups, planning and retrospectives. And this is pretty much what we talked about this chapter. We hope you guys enjoy this presentation and keep learning in the upcoming chapters. Thank you so much for watching.